This is one thing I did want to talk about. So you and I have actually crossed paths in real life before, and we had no idea.
Yep. We had no idea.
No idea. And I'll put the picture up on the screen here. We were both at
Oh
Dollywood
God.
years ago. Yeah, Cam was a wee little lad back in the day. So, hey, what's going on, you guys? So, like I promised, we have the Oh So Steezy, Oh So Clean, so fresh RMC by our good and familiar friend Cameron. How you doing, Cam?
I'm good. I'm glad to be back here.
Oh, we love to have you. You are pretty much family, and like I've said, I am all of the viewers' fathers. So good to talk to you again, son. That was fucking weird. Anyway, so let's just get right into what you did for us here. Now, if any of you watched the original Valley America series, and I don't recommend it because it was terrible, you might have remembered an RMC that I had originally built, and I believe that is when you started bombarding my messages. And stuff like, bruh, check your
Probably.
DMs. Bruh, check your DMs.
Yeah.
And then I kind of went incognito off Planet Coaster for a little bit, but then I came back and I was like, you know what? I suck at coaster building. Cam, come build me something. You built the Steezy GCI in Appalachian Adventure, and then I outsourced you in RMC. So this is a big, twisted Cyclone vibes. Correct me if I'm
Oh
wrong.
yeah. Yep.
And that is actually your home
You're twisted
RMC.
cyclone. It is.
So I guess just kind of run us through the process and the inspiration and these elements, and we will give the people the best RMC Planet Coaster video on the internet.
All right. Well, first of all, I don't know if I would go that far, but
Hey, I can end the episode right now,
I
bro.
mean,
I
I'll
got no
accept
problem.
it. But
You want the exposure, bro? You want the exposure or not? All right, I'm joking.
yeah.
All right.
No, drop my link in the description.
Yeah, check the description for his channel, but don't subscribe because he's being a prick. All right.
Yeah.
So this is big twisted cyclone vibes, clearly.
Oh yeah. All the way.
All the way.
Cyclone, but longer. It's kind of actually like what if I built Twisted Cyclone, what it would be like.
Yeah, and
That's
the signature
The good
wave,
parts of Twisted Cyclone, and then put the good parts of other RMCs onto it.
which would be so Twisted Cyclone has the barrel roll kind of step up, but it doesn't do this kind of stall right here, does it not? Does it? I'm
It
not.
doesn't. It does, and it does another barrel roll actually.
Okay, so that was your
there.
own little flair right there. And can
Yep,
we just take
that
a moment and appreciate the shaping? That's hot. Like that's very, very hot stuff right there. I love it. I love
Hard
it.
lining right there.
Now the one difference is that the wave turn by the lift hill, this
The
one
wave
kind of
turn is gone.
yeah, but it's kind of its own outer bank, and that head chopper element right there is something else.
Yeah,
I love it.
and it does turn a little bit, so you're still getting push the airtime as much as possible.
All of the laterals. Now
yeah.
now we were toying back and forth between blue and green, and you sent me some screenshots of the green, and I fell in love with it. And then it was kind of a nightmare to think of a theme and stuff, but then brilliance struck, if I do humbly say so myself. We're going to call this thing Iron Reef because, one, Cedar Fair already has it patented, and two, Iron Reef has closed down at Knott's Berry Farm. So, you know what? Fuck you guys. We can do that, and it's just a game. Don't get your panties in a wad over it, okay? Okay. But, yeah, I think Iron Reef, and it definitely works with the green. And this is kind of a fun little thing. Not fishing and deep sea rentals. So it's kind of one of those little references, Easter eggs that Cedar Fair likes to do. And I know that they did that with Copperhead Strike, actually. They did a Centurion. What was that one name, or one of the rumored names for the Giga coasters?
The Centurion, yeah.
Yeah, Centurion
Or
oil
Fury.
and stuff. Yeah. And they have, I noticed that in the Copperhead Strike station at Carowin. So it kind of works having these little padiddles. Let's just watch this real quick. Oh, that's hot. Now,
Oh yeah, the
I
whip
did-
in the back row.
I do have some beef with the fact that you used the Steel Vengeance trains.
All right.
But other than that, it's totally beautiful. Oh, I love it. Now, you gave me a little bit of a challenge here with this here station.
I did.
But, I kind of dig a challenge every once in a while.
Yep.
I mean, nothing fun ever comes easy. So that's what's good, and again, Gucci with this. Now, what's going on right here? a particular reference or idea you had with this kind of barrel roll inline twist into
All right.
the turn?
So that was partly Untamed, and then I realized that the roll was going to be way too long, and so I kind of thought about Outlaw Run. It curves into the break run straight out of a barrel roll,
Right.
and so why not combine the two and get Untamed crazy hang time fit into a curve right after,
Yeah, and into that
and it
kind of
just kind
wave
of
turn.
adds to that out of control crazy feeling.
Yeah, and that kind of wave turn and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Now, the backstory behind this is, what was the coaster you sent me that was the original reference?
It was originally I was going to RMC, like a Wolverine Wildcat,
Right.
like
What park is that?
like a white Wolverine Wildcat at Michigan's Adventure.
Okay.
And so I started with that. I think the layout still kind of resembles that, except I kind of went on my own path in favor of making it better.
Right.
And actually, I messed up the station and the brake run setup is a little bit different than Wolverine Wildcat.
I
And
mean,
it's similar, but it's a little bit different for the uniqueness and to make a better ride and tie it into the park more and just overall make it insane like all RMCs are.
yeah, and this thing is compact. Like, and that's kind of, the reference to the idea is that this was a wooden coaster that came in and got RMC'd. And having a wooden coaster right up, in the grill of a giga coaster, that's Carowinds all the way, what with Hurler being right there by Fury.
Yep.
So I knew we wanted to implement this into, the backstage area under the giga, which I've talked about before, is that Cedar Fair likes to, just throw shit in storage under their big coaster lifts and stuff, peep the aero trains, which I need to fix. You gave me a suggestion on how to fix this with no test dummies, but I still need to do that. But so I guess the only really parameter I gave you was I wanted the brake run to be right up in where the backstage area would be, and it fits like a glove. I mean, those supports right there that definitely need footers.
Oh yeah,
but
that's insane.
It fits like a glove. I love this so much.
And actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I was building this ride, I had it a little bit further out into the park. I didn't have the brake run right there.
Yeah.
I didn't know that's what you were planning on doing with it, but I like it.
Oh, it's nice and tight, very tight.
We are both swingers, you see. You have a tight body. Yes. I see that from your tight pants.
And it's like,
oh yeah.
And it's kind of cool because it's, once we get this whole path developed and everything, it'll just be kind of like a coaster that's pushed into the backstage area. There's not going to be a lot of trees or anything around it. So it kind of gives that parking lot feel, but it's still very condensed and surrounded by like theme parkiness, if that makes any fucking sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is fucking sick. Now, right here, we were tossing pictures and a lot of stuff back and forth. More specifically, Twisted Cyclone at Six Flags Great Adventure, how they implement their entrance.
Over Georgia.
What'd I say?
You said Great Adventure.
Jesus. Whoops. Definitely not that park. I mean, they are getting an RMC, but not this. So, over Georgia, your home park, and how they have the queue mixed in with some facades and buildings and stuff, and the entrance and everything, and then the coaster's just kind of sitting behind it. So that's kind of what we're going to be working on here in a future episode, is cleaning all this up.
Exactly.
So, and I think this is going to look really cool when it's done. And the one thing these buildings is they're scaled down a little bit. So we're going to have to use a little bit more forced perspective to kind of, sell the idea of these being real buildings. But I just wanted it to be like a little beach town and then have 2 towering coasters behind it. So
yeah,
it works. We got a Knott's Fishing and Deep Sea Rentals, like I said, and we have Dick's Bait and Tackle. And 2 things about that, actually. Dick's Sporting Goods started out as a fishing shop, so this is definitely copyright infringement right here. And 2, Dick as in Dick Kinzel, okay? That's not a penis joke. You guys need to get, your heads out of the gutter, okay? But, yeah, I'm super stoked to get all this tied in and cleaned up. And I don't have your other project in the background over here, but Cam will be. Oh,
come on.
Well, dude, I don't know. Just know that Cam isn't done
At least
working.
Keep the lift till there.
Well, it was a different color than what you have, and I don't know what you've done with it yet and stuff. So it's like, yeah, we'll go over it in a couple of days. But
Yeah.
This isn't the last you guys are going to hear from Cam. He has another project that like I said in the last episode with Ace, I am never going to build another coaster in this park because, I've befriended too many I keep saying theme park geeks, coaster nerds, no disrespect, who know way more about coasters and shaping than me. And, it is a true blessing to have you guys around to do the dirty work that I really don't feel like doing. So good stuff again. Should we do a POV now, or do you want to record one and just release a separate video?
Go for it.
POV?
Yeah.
Damn, that means I'm going to have to timestamp
Let's get it.
All right, let's do it. Let's take a ride on this hoe. All right, so this is a little bit different than what we normally do, but here is a POV of Iron Reef for y'all's faces. And we can kind of, I guess, talk about some things while we're doing this. But like I said, right up under the Giga's grill, that looks so cool. I love that. Oh, explain the chain lift right here.
All right, so this is basically the Planet Coaster bootleg version of what's called a variable lift. In real life, usually on a lot of the higher rides like B&M's, I think Fury has one. A couple RMCs have them, actually. So the lift hill is actually programmed to where it can speed up or slow down according to the other train's location on the track. And so that's actually done in effort to, if you slow the lift down so that the block can clear, you don't have to stop at the top of the lift hill, which makes it better for maintenance, and it also, I don't know.
It's just another realistic element.
It's just better, yeah.
This airtime right here gets freaking nutty. Like End of Steel Vengeance nutty. That's crazy. I love this little whip right here. This is real Twisted Timbers type things, because when Twisted Timbers goes into its outer bank, that transition back into like normal banking before it hits the barrel roll is just so snappy.
It's crazy.
Oh, look, and it even stopped on the block like you expected, bro. You were right here by the Giga. Oh shit.
God.
I never realized that. That could probably pass in real life, though. I feel like maybe sort of.
Yeah, that'd be good.
It's good enough for government work. Again, it's just a game, you guys. Don't get your panties in a wad over it, okay? Okay.
Yeah.
And I guess the last thing we can go over while we're going over BeachTowne, and that's what's going to be called. It's not going to be called the Outer Banks anymore because this park isn't in North Carolina or any practical vicinity to the Outer Banks. I started building this lighthouse, and it's a lot of pieces, and it was a real pain in my butt, and I'm never doing this ever again. So, yeah. That's really it. Is there anything else you want to go over there, Cam?
Not really.
We're going to keep this one a little bit shorter, not 35 minutes like the last one. But I think that's about it, you guys. So now that we have these 2 coaster videos out for your faces and for your ears and for your mothers and brothers and sisters, I can finally get back to grinding in on this park. There's a lot of things I need to finish up in here along with the International Street, and then I think we're going to be back on track, and we'll be getting Appalachian Adventure back very soon. And you have a very special project in that park, do you not?
I do. Do you want to talk about that?
Let's just.
I didn't know if you wanted to keep that secretive.
We'll keep it low key-ish, but just I'm trying to think of an analogy.
Something's coming.
Something is coming. They're coming.
They're coming. And anytime the females are in the room, right? I don't know. Yeah. Oh, this is one thing I did want to talk about. So you and I have actually crossed paths in real life before, and we had no idea. Yep. We had no idea.
No idea. And I'll put the picture up on the screen here. We were both at Dollywood years ago. Yeah, Cam was a wee little lad back in the day. So, I'm not like, Michael Jackson or Epstein or anything like that. Like, Cam, you're a younger dude than me, but like Cam is a wee little lad in this picture. And we were at Dollywood, and we actually both got to experience Lightning Rod not opening for the entire day?
Yep.
And then
both days.
And then it rolled back. And you know what? That was a story I was okay with having. I didn't, it was fun to tell that story for about a year before I actually got to say I wrote it.
Closed.
And then it closed. And it was testing, but we were there with Bybee and Coaster Kids. Ugh. Anyway. Anyway, no disrespect to Taylor. He's a nice dude, but you're more involved in the coaster community than I am, so you're a little bit more keen on the drama and the tea. But we'll leave it at that. It's been an interesting.
We won't spill it.
Yeah, it's been an interesting first couple of days of 2020. We'll leave it at that. I'm in some group chats and they're just ugly, very ugly.
Yep.
Can't we all just get along, have fun, and ride roller coasters? I mean, I feel like that's not too much to ask.
Apparently it is.
Yeah, well, you know what? Everyone likes to think they're the best photographer in the world or something like that. Means something. Anywho, anyhow, anyway.
Damn.
Anywho, anyhow, anyway. I guess we never really did spill the beans on Appalachian Adventure. He's redoing Iron Bandit. All right, you guys, go ahead and have a nice day. Drop a like and a comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next one, and you will hear from Cam very soon. Bye-bye.
Peace.
That's going to be an interesting one to post.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.